And above all, safe and secure. We have never lost a penny of our customers' money. Maybe that's why we're America's largest. We don't take risks. It's that simple.
When Delta Airlines Steve Masutka found a wedding ring,
The person who lost a ring, please return to Delta's gate B6.
I'll be standing over here.
he knew someone had to be very unhappy.
Young man, are you the one who found my ring?
Yes, ma'am.
This means so much to me. How can I repay you?
This is part of my job, ma'am.
Advertisers say sex sells, but angry consumers aren't buying it. The debate at 11.
Tonight, an ABC Miniseries. From Robert Ludlum, the master of suspense. His classic story, Identity, next. Tonight's presentation brought to you by Alamo Rent A Car, where all the miles are free. MasterCare car service with 1,500 locations. Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. The first nationwide network with 55 member banks to serve you in 39 states across the country. And Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
A few words on the performing arts. The new Ford Probe GT, a performance you won't forget.
Good morning. You don't remember me.
You're
I know
Miss
you see
Higginbotham.
Thousands of Higginbothams every week.
Yes,
And
you're-
a home loan has to go through many, many, many channels, and you're a busy, busy person, and we all must wait our turn. The computer
Miss
is
Higginbotham.
down. I can get a third job.
Miss Higginbotham,
Yes,
it's been approved.
that's okay. I'll come back another time.
Members of the First Nationwide Network treat you with respect, concern, and understanding. But don't worry, you'll get used to it.
It is no big deal.
It's a hassle.
Oh, it's called MasterCare car service. Brakes, tune-ups.
Alignments?
No big deal. The mechanics are great. All their equipment, you'd swear they were technicians. And they stand behind their work 6 months or 6,000 miles.
MasterCare.
You're covered from Maine to Missoula. These guys are so good. Fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
But I thought they just sold tires.
The Florida Keys stretch like an old clothesline for 130 miles. Down here, the locals are called conks. Their ways are old-fashioned, and so are their values. And in a way, ours are too. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including 130 miles, called the Florida Keys. Monday, a deadly enemy. An unlikely ally.
Great shot.
An all-new MacGyver, Monday. The Bourne Identity will continue in a moment.
Tuesday,
Tony, I love you.
Sleep Talk
Things all work out. I have dibs on your room.
leads to Sweet Talk. Who's the boss? Then a birthday bash.
Shampoo!
The perfect size for you.
Yes, at least a 2-year supply.
Just the 10 of us after Who's the Boss?
Dear Royal Caribbean, my husband, a confirmed outdoorsman and mountain climber, has always said a cruise would make him climb the walls. Well, I finally persuaded him to test the waters, and boy was he in his element. He had so much fun, he wore himself out. The best compliment I can give you is that he can't wait until our next Royal Caribbean cruise, which hopefully will be...
Royal Caribbean, when you're ready for something better.
Tonight at 11.
It's teaching young people the wrong things too soon.
The message is sex, and it's become the mainstay of television commercials and print ads.
It's taking this to get the message through because we are now a population benumbed by ever-intensifying sexual imagery.
Find out if sex really sells.
Whether you agree with it or disagree, you're probably going to watch.
Tonight at 11 on 7.
Even though you're probably not going to admit it.
Richard Chamberlain, tonight at 11 after the Bourne Identity.
Big deal. It's a pain.
No, Carrie. It's called a MasterCare car service.
Brakes, alignments, tune-ups.
The works.
It's no big deal. And the 6-month or 6,000-mile warranty covers parts, labor, wherever they do MasterCare service.
From Seattle to Schnecksville.
Sounds right, this MasterCare.
So right that fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Hon, about the new air conditioning system.
I'll take care of it.
Well, I did a little checking around myself, and...
A little?
I think we should get an Amana.
Amana? Look, you don't just open the phone book and stop at the A's. I mean, you gotta do research.
Amana's dependable. It'll last us years, and it'll lower our cooling costs.
Fine. But I think you better let me look into this, huh?
Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe these will help.
Well, that's a start. Yeah.
When you know exactly what you want, Amana.
On the other hand, I want to point out to you... I can't...
Democrats and Republicans have seldom agreed on anything.
Wrong!
Until now.
After you.
No, I insist after you.
No, really.
Both parties selected Delta as the official airline at the Democratic and Republican national conventions because Delta flies more people, more places than ever before. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, or undecided.
Peanuts, anyone?
Aye. Delta loves to fly, and it shows.
Honey, should we take the other car?
I'd rather not. Ford Escort now offers an attractive new design, plus fuel injection and a 660 powertrain warranty. In fact, the redesigned Ford Escort may make your other car seem considerably less attractive.
Honey, aren't we ever going to take the other car?
Nope. The world's best-selling car just keeps looking better all the time.
Wednesday, Carol loses all track of time.
I believe we have a record here. Yes, we did.
Growing pains. And when Charlie yearns for the old days...
Far out.
Out of sight.
He wants out.
I resigned last Friday.
A new head of the class after Growing Pains, Wednesday.
There's a road that runs for about 100 miles between Tucson and Bisbee, Arizona. And if you think that cowboys are a thing of the past, you've never been on that road. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including a 100-mile stretch in Arizona, where the cowboys live.
Gillette has changed the face of shaving. First, we made it closer. Then we made it smoother. Atra Plus. Its Lubra Smooth Strip actually releases lubricants to glide the razor more smoothly. Incredible smoothness from the first stroke to the last. The Atra Plus system. First we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
It's no big deal. It's a pain.
No, Carrie. It's called a MasterCare car service.
Brakes, alignments, tune-ups.
The works.
It's no big deal. And the 6-month or 6,000-mile warranty covers parts, labor, wherever they do MasterCare service.
From Seattle to Schnecksville.
Sounds right, this MasterCare.
So right that fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Ford profiles in quality. Dealer service.
At Ford, we're committed to building the highest quality American cars and trucks.
As a Ford dealer,
We want to back that up with the highest quality service in America.
That's why we can offer 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty.
And we can back it up with lifetime service guarantees.
We're as determined to provide quality care
as we are to building quality cars and trucks. At Ford and at our dealerships, quality is job one.
Baby M.
I'm the mother.
Product of a legal contract.
She's all I have.
Torn between a surrogate mother and her natural father.
Everybody's talking about mother's rights. Fathers have dreams, too.
If you think you could decide the fate of the child,
Get your hands off me!
think again. Baby M, 2 weeks from tonight.
The Bourne Identity will continue in a moment.
It only happens once in 1,000 years.
Monday, join Good Morning America in a joyous celebration of the Dublin Millennium.
Live from Dublin, Ireland, Monday on Good Morning America.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, Jean Meserve.
Good evening. The White House reacted angrily tonight to Time Magazine's excerpts from former aide Donald Reagan's new book, which portrays President Reagan as hesitant and unassertive, and Nancy Reagan as a scheming first lady who controls her husband and relies heavily on an astrologer's advice. A White House statement accuses Reagan of vindictiveness and says his attempts to defame the First Lady on Mother's Day, no less, are not worthy of comment. Overseas, France's socialist President Mitterrand easily won a second term. Polish authorities ordered striking shipyard workers to leave the yard or face prosecution, and hundreds of Soviet dissidents defied police and held meetings to organize a formal opposition party. More later on the Weekend Report.
In honor of Schweppes Royal Seltzer, I'm off to a quiet little gathering at young Lord Martinhood's.
Interesting group, Martinhood. Lighten up, Your Grace. Have a Schweppes Royal Seltzer. Clear color, a dazzling taste of natural fruit flavors, sparkling with Schweffervescence. Try some. It might make you feel young again. No. New Schweppes Royal Seltzer. Clearly dazzling taste.
Most men would tell you that a car is like a woman. I don't think so. I think a car is like a man. I mean, think of the way that you would describe the Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. It's secure, there's no sharp edges, it's explosive, and there's lots of power. And very easy to handle. Well, a good man's hard to find. But your Ford dealer has a wonderful selection of brand new T-Birds.
Gary Franklin talks to Richard Chamberlain about the Bourne Identity at 11.
A few words on the performing arts. The new Ford Probe, a performance you won't forget.
Good morning, sir.
I need to cash a check.
No problem, Mr. Bridgewater.
I'm from out of state.
Well, your bank is part of the First Nationwide Network.
My bank card and my license.
That's fine, sir.
I've got 34 credit cards. Here's my passport. This is the title to my house, title to my car. This is the title of my favorite songs.
No, really,
I also
fine.
belong to Joggers Anonymous. Here's my immunization papers, my Clear Speakers Club of America card, my 1-hour photo card. I also have a Rototiller Championship.
Members of the First Nationwide Network treat you with respect, concern, and understanding. But don't worry, you'll get used to it.
Ignore it, and it'll go away. That's what many people say about plaque. Unfortunately, for 3 out of 4 of them, plaque leads to gingivitis, an early form of gum disease. They need Listerine Antiseptic, the only non-prescription mouthwash accepted by the American Dental Association for its significant help in preventing and reducing plaque and gingivitis. And Listerine still kills bad breath germs. So brush, floss, and use Listerine to help prevent gingivitis, because ignoring gingivitis won't make it go away.
It is no big deal.
It's a hassle.
Oh, it's called MasterCare car service. Brakes, tune-ups.
Alignments?
No big deal. The mechanics are great. All their equipment, you'd swear they were technicians. And they stand behind their work 6 months or 6,000 miles. MasterCare. You're covered from Maine to Missoula. These guys are so good. Fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
But I thought they just sold tires.
A hunk. G'day. A hero.
After the smoke of passion cleared away, we had two strangers staring at each other.
And a heartthrob.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever plan for success.
On an all-new Barbara Walters special Wednesday.
Thursday, Capo does it again in prime time. 7 evangelists, 4,000 faithful on greed, money, and morality.
Viewership is down, so are donations, but televangelism is still a billion-dollar pie.
The Capo Report, Thursday.
The Florida Keys stretch like an old clothesline for 130 miles. Down here, the locals are called conks. Their ways are old-fashioned, and so are their values. And in a way, ours are too. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including 130 miles, called the Florida Keys.
The pain was awful. I hurt all over. The doctor said nothing was broken. He gave me a different medicine. It's in these little yellow pills. Nuprin. Got rid of that pain. Know what else? It works great on my tough headaches.
Nuprin. It's not aspirin, not Tylenol. It's ibuprofen. 2 Nuprin stop headaches better than extra-strength Tylenol.
And Nuprin's gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
Nuprin. Little, yellow, different, better.
It even worked on my worst pain.
Hey, sounded good. Save a few bucks, get the same quality. Then the gripes start from data processing. I got garbage all over the orders. Pittsburgh now takes all night to download delivery schedules.
AT&T gives you the fastest, most error-free data transmission.
I'm paying 32 truckers to drink coffee. This is a good deal?
AT&T's worldwide intelligent network. Because we know it's not just long distance. It's your business on the line. AT&T, the right choice.
Is America falling behind in chip technology? I don't think so. Take this Cool Ranch flavored Dorito tortilla chip. It combines herbs, spices, tomato, and onions for one creamy Cool Ranch taste, plus a secret all-American ingredient.
Cool Ranch flavored Doritos brand tortilla chips. They taste as good as they crunch.
You won't find a chip like this coming out of Japan.
You tell him, Jay.
You've heard more Americans get their news from ABC News. You know Peter Jennings was chosen best in the business by the Washington Journalism Review. If you're not watching, you should be. Peter Jennings, weeknights on ABC's World News Tonight.
The Bourne Identity will continue in a moment.
Amazing.
Best so far. For some, it's the end of the line.
Look at that.
It's not something you can talk about.
I'm going out there. You girls have no idea what a privilege this is.
The chopper went down. I didn't even say goodbye.
China Beach.
How hot can it get inside your car's engine? This hot. 570 degrees under extreme conditions. Take a leading motor oil. Take Mobil 1 and watch. Of course, Mobil 1 costs more, but under extreme conditions, when you see what can happen to conventional motor oil, it doesn't pay to play with fire. Mobil 1, isn't your car worth the extra protection?
Hello there, I'm Harold Green for Eyewitness News. Coming up tonight at 11, the Reagans deny the White House has been under the influence of an astrologer, but a new book says otherwise. An expert tries to calm the fears of people suffering from earthquake prediction jitters. Advertisers say sex sells, but angry consumers aren't buying it. We'll tell you why. Gary Franklin talks to Richard Chamberlain about his role with Jacqueline Smith in the Bourne Identity, and Dallas has the workweek weather at 11.
The best beer in the world comes from Germany, and the best German beer in America is Beck's. So drink the best of the best. Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
Now that PSA has become part of U.S. Air, you have even more to smile about.
Richard Chamberlain, tonight at 11 after the Bourne Identity.
No big deal. Tune-ups? It's MasterCare car service. Great tune-ups with a computer that talks to your car.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Just how orange does a Diet Minute Maid orange taste? Tourist. Diet Minute Maid orange with 100% NutraSweet. The orange.
The most talked about film of 1987 is coming on video cassette. He couldn't resist.
Are you? It's great.
But something this tempting has its price. Fatal Attraction from Paramount. Reserve your copy today.
For those of you considering a new truck, compare the Ford Ranger XLT and the Toyota Deluxe.
Nice try, Biff.
Both trucks have an AM/FM stereo cassette and power steering.
Nice try, Biff.
But the Ford Ranger adds a fuel-injected engine, a 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, and more, all for less money.
Nice try, Biff.
And if Ranger's features don't convince you, then consider the option.
Now, during Ford's Leadership Celebration, get a $500 cash bonus on Ranger.
Dannon yogurt has no preservatives, no artificial coloring, no artificial flavor, no artificial anything. And it says so right on the label. Unfortunately, not all yogurts can say the same. Which is why, if you care about what you and your family eat, the people who make Dannon suggest we all stop taking yogurt for granted and start reading labels again.
This message has been brought to you by pure, fresh Dannon yogurt. The yogurt with no artificial anything.
How you doing? He destroyed him in Detroit. Now he's busting up Beverly Hills.
I've never been to a cell that had a phone in it. Can I stay for a while? Because I ordered some pizza.
Eddie Murphy in his runaway hit.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Network television premiere. Wait! You're all under arrest! Do that again, I'll shoot you myself. Beverly Hills Cop next Sunday. Tuesday. Moonlighting. Then...
You're so invigorated.
I'm so tired.
30-something. At the Moonlighting Tuesday.
Stay tuned for scenes from the conclusion of the Bourne Identity.
He was so rude to me. And in public, too. Then he called me by another woman's name. Bambi. Who's Bambi? Do I look like a Bambi?
I'll take care of everything.
Would you?
Miss Smith will be banking with us now.
Welcome to our bank.
Members of the First Nationwide Network treat you with respect, concern, and understanding. But don't worry, you'll get used to it.
There's a road that runs for about 100 miles between Tucson and Bisbee, Arizona. And if you think that cowboys are a thing of the past, you've never been on that road. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including a 100-mile stretch in Arizona, where the cowboys live.
In the 1988 Olympic Games, every American athlete will bring home the gold. Gold-tipped, long-lasting Kodak batteries, the official batteries of the 1988 Olympic Games.
It's no big deal.
Brake jobs?
It's MasterCare car service. Premium brake jobs. Terrific warranty.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
But I thought they just sold tires.
The category of sedans priced between $12,500 and $17,500 is one of the most competitive in the auto industry. From this impressive field, Road and Track magazine chose 4 finalists for its Best Value Award. As their winner, they made the same choice more and more car buyers are making. Ford Taurus, the class of its class.
Tomorrow night.
Jason, the man who tried to kill me, he's here.
You know who I am. A dangerous man, monsieur. Nothing more.
We have to get rid of him.
In the news at this hour, new revelations tonight about the alleged use of astrologers in making decisions at the White House. And Nancy Reagan's astrologist speaks out. Increased levels of lead in our drinking water could mean serious health problems.
The 2-month-long writer's strike is taking a heavy toll with no end in sight. Richard Chamberlain talks about his co-starring role with Jacqueline Smith in the Bourne Identity, and sexy, sensual commercials. Do they sell, tease, or anger the consumer?
Next on Eyewitness News.
Tonight's presentation brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? MasterCare car service with 1,500 locations. Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. And Alamo Rent A Car, where all the miles are free.
This is ABC.
Well, here she comes.
With new Success Seasoned Rice.
Got the goods for us.
5 new boil and bag rice dishes.
Ain't no same old stuff.
All new, all delicious.
She won't mess or fuss.
So easy, you'll go wild.
Then there ain't no drag. Mama's got a brand new bag.
Try all 5 Success Rice dishes. Boil and bag rice, guaranteed perfect in 10 minutes.
Then there ain't no drag.
New Success Seasoned Rice.
Mama's got a brand new bag.
10:02 Thursday. At this moment, Bank of America's helping millions of Californians get what they want. The Scotts now have the house of their dreams. At this moment, Fran Wong's driving her kind of car thanks to a B of A auto loan. At this moment, Mike Ward's enjoying the music room he built with his B of A home equity loan. For your loan, see us now. We're doing the job for more Californians. At this moment and every moment.
When did Cher's mother know that Cher had that superstar magic? When did Kirk Cameron's mom know her son had the power to make girls swoon? When did Patrick Swayze's mom realize he could someday dance his way to stardom? On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, the mothers of superstars share their favorite stories and talk about life with their famous children, mothers of celebrities, on the next Oprah Winfrey Show. There's lots to talk about Monday at 3, only on 7.
Number 1 in Southern California. Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Harold Green and Joanna Shamina. Dallas Raines has weather and Jim Hill with sports. Now, the Southland's leading news, Eyewitness News at 11.
The White House astrologer speaks out. Good evening. Here's the very latest at 11 on this Sunday night. Tomorrow, Donald Reagan's new book about his White House years goes on sale. Today, excerpts were published in Time magazine with new revelations about Mrs. Reagan's belief in astrology. The former White House Chief of Staff charges that his hands were virtually tied on scheduling the president's agenda because every decision had to be cleared in advance by Mrs. Reagan's astrologer. Reagan says she tried to get the president's colon surgery postponed by 1 day, thinking the stars would be more favorable, but she lost out on that one. The astrologer is reportedly Joan Quigley of San Francisco. Today, after a great deal of prodding, she didn't deny the story.
I am a serious political astrologer, and I object to the whole circus atmosphere surrounding this situation. I never say who my clients are. This has been leaked. I never discuss their affairs, and I really have been appalled by the way the situation developed.
The White House issued a statement today saying it would not comment on someone like Reagan who's out for revenge and vindictiveness. The statement accuses him of trying to defame the First Lady on Mother's Day, no less. Reagan says he's simply telling it as it happened. Dana.
Harold, an estimated 10,000 people gathered in Sacramento today in a massive AIDS protest demonstration. The weekend rally wound up with a die-in as demonstrators drew chalk figures on the front steps of the Capitol building, representing some of the estimated 34,000 people who have died from AIDS in the U.S. Then they lay on the outline simulating the dead. The demonstrators are demanding that the state and federal government spend more money in fighting AIDS and helping the victims. And the Coast Guard seized a 133-foot yacht off of Florida this weekend after finding 1/10 of an ounce of marijuana on board. The Coast Guard plans to keep or sell the $2.5 million boat. This under the government's new zero-tolerance plan that allows seizures if only minute quantities of drugs are found. The ACLU said today it may file suit to challenge that policy. Harold.
Your water just may be contaminated with lead without your knowledge, not from the water supply, but from your own pipes. The reason, until a year ago, lead solder was commonly used to connect copper water pipes. Tomorrow, the Metropolitan Water District begins a special advertising campaign ordered by the EPA for all parts of the country. The ads and a special brochure explain some of the precautions that you can take, like using cold water for drinking and cooking because it tends to draw less than hot water. The NWD has a special hotline. There it is on our screen for you. It's 1-800-CALL-MWD, and they'll answer any of your questions. And they also have information on how to have your tap water analyzed by a lab if you suspect you have lead problems. We have word tonight from both federal and city arson investigators that they still haven't come up with the cause of that fatal fire at the First Interstate Bank building downtown. One person was killed and 40 others were injured in the 4-hour blaze that swept through the building's 12th through 15th floor before the firefighters got the final upper hand there. Some 300 firefighters, 40% of the city's force, battled that blaze. Today, federal and city arson investigators finished their investigation but said they have not yet determined a cause that the fire got underway on the 12th floor of that 62-story bank building. It was turned over to bank officials today, although the building does remain closed. Investigators are expected to release a report on their findings sometime tomorrow. Dana.
Harold, it was a sad scene at a home in Lakewood today. A 19-year-old boy who spent the night with his friend was found dead. David Matthew Southern was drinking and doing backflips at a party last night. His friends say at one point he landed pretty hard on his chest. Later, his nose began to bleed. When they woke up, they found their friend dead. A coroner spokesman says he suffered internal injuries and died in his sleep. Southern was an engineering student at Long Beach State, and his friends say he was a great athlete with a big heart. And a Mother's Day trip ended in tragedy today when a pilot and his wife were found dead in the wreckage of their plane in mountainous eastern San Diego County. 60-year-old Robert Hampshire and his wife departed from Gillespie Field in El Cajon on Saturday morning. They were headed to Tucson, but they were reported overdue on Saturday afternoon. Fog and wind prevented an aerial search until this morning. The plane was badly burned, and investigators still haven't determined the cause of that crash. Harold.
Well, when activist lawyer Gloria Allred decides to support a cause, she goes all out, like her latest technique, going on a fast. Today, against a backdrop of Mother's Day, Ms. Allred told the media her fasting is on behalf of those mothers experiencing child support problems.
This fast will begin today, Mother's Day, and will last until Father's Day, June 19th, 1988. My doctor, Richard Baum, has advised me not to undergo this fast and has advised me that it could be life-endangering, but I will do it anyway. I'm willing to put my life on the line for the brave single-parent mothers who are the true heroes of our time.
Ms. Allred will lobby in behalf of California as well as national legislation. If you called your mother today, and we hope you did, you were one of 46 million people who called home. And operators at AT&T say they were handling the second busiest day of the year just fine, thank you.
Really good. Not as bad as last year. It was pretty crowded and really busy. Today, a lot more calls are going through on the first attempt.
In order to handle all the extra calls, twice as many operators were called in, but none seemed to mind.
It's wonderful. Yeah. I love to work on Mother's Day.
One young operator hadn't called his mother yet, and he probably didn't have to.
Hi, Mom. What channel are we on?
I can't believe we used that guy. What channel are you on? If you called your mom anytime today, your call was at least 35% less expensive. Dana.
All right, Harold. Week 9 of the writer's strike will begin tomorrow, and there are no negotiations on the horizon. With talks suspended between the Writers Guild and the TV producers, the outlook is bleak, according to producer Stephen Cannell. He fears the current limbo could exist until next January. Some producers claim the walkout has cost the industry more than $15 million in lost jobs and production time. Some 1,400 clerical workers, cast, and crew members have been laid off. One silver lining to the rerun cloud, Johnny Carson will resume his Tonight Show, writing his own monologues. Should be fun.
It sure should be. Are your nerves just a bit rattled by all this talk about the big quake, huh? The one that supposedly is coming? Well, next up, we'll have an expert right here to tell us how we can understand and deal with earthquake fears. Stay with us.
Here is Gray Davis with the facts about State Controller versus Bank of America.
Bank of America illegally took over $25 million from its own depositors. The Comptroller's office proved it. Now a judge has ordered Bank of America to give the money back.
If you or a family member had an inactive account with the Bank of America prior to July 1982, you may be owed money.
Call my office at 1-800-877-7777.